The new Kero Kero Bonito EP is, it's alright. Sarah Midori, Gus Loban, and Jamie Bold, aka Kero Kero Bonito, returned with an EP after a rather quiet 2017 for the indie J-pop group. The EP was kinda teased with the single Only Acting, which also appeared on the EP as a kind of a lead single. I say teased because Only Acting was experimental, going off of what the group had done beforehand, that being really poppy synth lead sounds that find its appeal in being overly fine-tuned and kinda happy-go-lucky. The difference was that they were actually playing instruments and incorporating this pop rock sound into their J-pop inspired vocals and lyrics. And honestly, I really like it. I like how Sarah kept her vocals really simple, and the lyrics, they're very much like a Kero Kero Bonito song. They're very childish, kind of easy to digest, and really a strong point of this EP entirely, I'd say. I really like how, even though the lyrics are easy and childish, as I said, they're also deep if you think about them. To get into this EP, they started off with The One True Path, a song riddled with this weird drum loop beat that just continues on in the background of the song, never really goes away, which really is a shame. I feel almost insane listening to this track because it just digs into my brain. The synths end up leading up to something pretty beautiful at the end and noteworthy, but you can't really focus on it because even then they're not really at the top of the volume. You still hear that frickin' loop. Then comes Only Acting, which I've already talked about. Again, amazing song, absolutely fantastic. I love how rebellious it feels with the instrumental, like it's gonna be some teenage rebellious angst, but the lyrics just end up being so fun and catchy. It just feels like something I'd jump on my bed when I was like 7 years old. I really do wish that I could say the same thing for all the other tracks, but I'd just be lying at like a sociopathic level, because to be honest, the remaining two tracks, Cinema and You Know How It Is, are very disappointing. And You Know How It Is, which is the third track on the EP, we opened up with this really loud guitars that kind of muffle everything around them, so you can't really hear what Sarah says, which I just feel like they're not playing to their strengths by making people kind of have to read into the lyrics to hear them or understand them. And the lyrics aren't really that deep anyways. I mean, yeah, sure, there are some semi-witty and cool references to depression and mental illness, but it's not really something I haven't heard before, especially the instrumental. I just feel like it's so bland and unoriginal. I just feel like I don't understand why I should listen to this song when I can think of so many other better versions of it. And lastly, we're at Cinema, which is probably the better track of this listing. I mean, it's not a bad track. Like, I can listen to it without any issue whatsoever. I just feel like it's such a dumbed down version of what KKB has already done. You know what I mean? And I get that it's more depressing and it's got a heavier topic and it's a more melancholy tone to it, but I still think they could have done so much more with it. Like, it feels so empty and incomplete that it really doesn't leave me with any impression. I don't want to turn it on again. I don't want to think about it. Probably the nicest thing I can say about it is that when I hear it, I don't instantly want to turn it off. Like, it's not a bad track sonically. So yeah, to summarize, I'm a bit disappointed by this EP. I feel like they're not playing to their strengths, and instead of improving their current sound, it seems like they're just trying to be a little bit of everything, which just ends up sounding way too unoriginal and bland. So yeah, score-wise, to be generous, I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5. May the hatred begin.